If you need Pokemon TCG codes, make sure you stop by Town Store. They have automatic email delivery of all the code cards, and they have a really nice variety of stock of all the latest Sun and Moon sets along with all the promo cards. And make sure you use Tablemon code when you're checking out to get an extra 5% off. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2019. 2020 actually, sorry, never mind. Welcome to Road to TCG Worlds 2020. Today is Monday after Worlds. I am pre-recording this. First off, huge props to Ross Cawthon for all the work and coming up with this very solid deck. I'm pretty sure this is what he ended up playing at the Open. I do not know how well or not he did at the Open. Yeah, I actually do not know that, but I would not be surprised if he did pretty well. There's a different take on the DARKBOX decks that we have been seeing pop around. Most of them have Nagnadel, however, this one does have a Incineroar GX with the Scar Charge ability, where once you're in your turn before you attack, you may put 3 damage counters on this Pokemon, and if you do, you search your deck for up to 3 dark energy cards and attach them to this Pokemon. So Crushing Punch is also a pretty decent attack, 3 energy for 130 is a solid number, and then Darkest Tornado GX can actually be pretty threatening because it deals 10 damage plus 50 more for each damage counter on the Incineroar, and you do place damage counters on yourself thanks to Scar Charge. So we have Incineroar as the main Pokemon to accelerate energy instead of Nagnadel to recover energy. We have Weavile GX with the Shadow Connection ability to move them around. And we have our big attackers, Darkrai Umbreon with the Black Lance and the Dark Moon attack. Black Lance dealing 150 and 60 to a bench GX, and then Dark Moon dealing preventing your opponent from playing trainer cards. And if you have 6 energies attached to it total, then you get to also KO the active Pokemon. So a really powerful GX attack, and with Incineroar it's actually not a big problem to set up. Now we also have Mega Sableye and Tyranitar GX with the Greedy Rush attack. 5 energies, not a big deal for this deck anymore. 280 HP, you get an extra price if you KO a GX, and Gigafold GX deals 250. And if you have 10 energy in play, which will not happen very commonly, we also get to discard 15 cards from your opponent's deck. Now finally we have a Zoro Greninja GX with 250 HP and the Dark Pulse attack, which deals 30 damage plus 30 more times the amount of dark energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So this guy is the one Pokemon that's not a big energy hog and also doesn't have a damage cap, so that's why we have it in here to potentially follow up after a Darkmoon GX. And we have Ninetales with the Mysterious Guidance to be able to search for those rare candies, which is usually what we need in order to fully set up. And we're never going to attack with it, but we do have that, and we have Ditto Prism and the Dene GX in order to help us out with our setup. Now outside of that, we have 4 Professor Elms and 2 Pokemon Fan Clubs, so 6 total cards to find those basics in the early game, along with the 2 Pokemon Communication. We definitely want to set up one of each Sneasel, Litten, and Vulpix or Ditto on the bench in order to have access to our evolution. So this deck is very evolution dependent. I myself have felt the deck to be very unreliable, yeah, for the most part, but when it does set up, it's actually pretty scary looking. We also have 4 Cynthias and 1 Ericas for extra draw, along with the 4 Pokegears to help us find that turn 1 Elms, which is very crucial for this deck. Now we have 4 Cherish Balls, 2 Rare Candies, that's all we need because we only need 1 Incineroar really. We have triple Lysander Labs to make annoying tool cards not work against us. We have 2 switches to bypass paralysis. We have a 1-off Great Potion to potentially make a 2-hit KO into a 3-hit KO or a 3-hit KO into a 4-hit KO. We have Pokecoms, we have Energy Recycler to put back energy, and we have only 2 Custom Catchers, so we're hoping to not lose them with the Dene, but we can actually use Ninetales to find them both at the same time, which is pretty nice. So let's jump into a ladder and showcase 1 or 2 games with this deck, which, like I said, I don't know how it did at Worlds. Maybe they made it through day 1 onto day 2. Maybe they played at the Open. I think I said it at the Open in the beginning. But it's still a pretty interesting deck. It's just a different take on the Dark Toolbox, right? It is a different deck on the Dark Toolbox. And once again, major props to Ross Cotton for all the work that I've seen he's put into this deck. Okay, so no turn 1 Elms, unless we top deck it. Not a bad start per se, but not a great one either, because we're missing that Elms. If we had Elms here, then this would be fantastic with this Cherish Ball. And okay, so we're up against my Reap. Sleep Lock deck apparently, so I do top deck the Poke Gear, so that's kind of top decking the Berserker Elms, except we don't find it, or a Fan Club, so very annoying there. I'll definitely bench this, and I'm gonna keep the Cherish Ball as a Cherish Ball. I don't really want to bench another GX just yet. I might need that for the Dene later on, and after turn 1 our Elms are pretty useless, right? So, I mean, if we find Rare Candy Incineroar without Ninetales, that would be amazing, right? And my opponent actually has the raw Elms himself, so that's pretty nice. The switch will definitely be useful against these Mareeps, right? Although if we wake up here, that would also be pretty nice. So we are up against Breloom, so this is going to be a tough matchup for sure, right? For sure, but we are going to try our best. Puts back the Ditto instead of benching it for Diancie Prism. Yeah, for Diancie Prism. It's almost as if I read my opponent's mind. And then we get Fluffy Pillowed, put to sleep. Zorga Ninja, probably the best Pokemon to start with in this particular situation. We do manage to wake up, so that's pretty nice. And we do top deck the Fan Club, so that actually might be my supporter of choice, because I really do want those extra basics. I will go ahead and bench these two because, I mean, the odds of my opponent having double Custom Catcher are so low that I definitely don't think I need to bench. Basically, I can set up Incineroar without Vulpix or without Ninetales, and that's fine, right? But I definitely cannot deal with, like, I cannot set up an Incineroar and transfer the energy without Sneasel. So that is why I choose to do it this way. Okay, so there's another dude. The issue is this guy just one-hit KOs my tag teams, right? If they're asleep. So that is a pretty big deal, honestly. Switch, is that a Grass? No, that's a Cynthia. So my opponent had all the right cards in his hand to pull this off. We might just lose in 2 turns, honestly. Unless he whiffs here, which would be a major whiff. Doesn't whiff, finds the energy, will get the one-shot, and we're going to be in trouble. We are going to be in trouble, because even if we get the return KO, right, it doesn't really do much, because my opponent's just one switching card and a Breloom and an energy away from getting a one-hit KO, and we don't have Reset Stamp in this particular deck. So let's go ahead and promote the Umbreon Darkrai. I do top deck an energy, not the most useful card. I will go ahead and bench. No, I want to keep the bench space open in case I need that Dene. So I guess I'll just Cynthia here. My deck is still pretty big, which is not ideal. And wow, that is possibly one of the worst hands we could have found. So we might just lose here. We actually probably are just going to lose right here. That's a pretty disheartening loss. We see the Netball looking for that Grass Energy. I'd assume no reason to go for a thing, but actually chooses not to. Has a U-turn board for the Mareep, so only looking for a switch to outright win here. Attaches a Rainbow. Interestingly enough, why would you attach a Rainbow? Why would you play Rainbows in this? My opponent must be playing perhaps Spiritombs. Perhaps, I'm not sure. I'm generally not sure. So does he find the switching card? Finds a Stadium, which is annoying. Because if he didn't find the switching card, yeah, he's gonna Spore. So now we need to flip double hands here in order to wake up, which we do not flip. So I'll go ahead and do this. I'll go ahead and attach, and then I'll Cynthia once again. And okay, still, I mean, I didn't find an attack anyways. So I'll grab the Ninetales, right? And then with the Ninetales, I reckon I will find a switch and a rare candy. Because next turn I'm planning on using Erika's. So yeah, rare candy and a switch to avoid just losing, right? In case I don't wake up. So I'll switch into a Litten. And then I will pass. Not the best showcase for the deck for sure. You can see how convoluted it is, right? Like I mentioned, for me this is way too fragile, right? Like Pigrom would already be so far ahead. We'll have so many energies in play. Malor would probably have a full setup by now. So that's the issue with this deck, I think. Or my issue. Like I said, I don't know how well or not it did at the Open. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I get another switch, right? So what cards do I want to play though? I need to play some cards here. Why is my opponent not evolving though? That's the really big question here. Okay, I definitely want to attach. I think I just played a switch. No, the switch could be very useful. I think I'll just put the energies back. I think there's value in keeping the switch as a switch. So I am able to find rare candy Incineroar, which is nice. Is it worth it for me to get a KO with Incineroar? That is the question. The Lighter Lab is actually pretty useful to deny them a Reap. Right? I mean, I am powered up, right? I am actually powered up. If I KO with my GX attack, does that impact anything? Not really. I'll definitely bench this guy, because the Custom Catcher could be good to deny the Diancie, and that way my opponent would not be one killing me. I honestly think I just attack with this guy. I honestly think I just go ahead and attack with this guy. Scar Charge, attach 3 energies. If I heal, I don't save myself, so there's no point. So I'll just go ahead and Crushing Punch. Okay, is there any chance my opponent... I mean, he's not going to whiff the sleep, right? I mean, KOing the Mareep could actually also be pretty impactful. KOing the Mareep could actually be potentially impactful. So maybe we're not completely out of this yet. Yeah. My opponent probably plays Custom Catchers, I would imagine. Ditto bench, that's fine. Netball played. So my opponent does play basic grass energies. Why would you fail that first netball though? That's what I don't understand. Are you gonna see an Erika's for 6? That would be pretty devastating. Are you gonna get fluffy pillowed? I mean, there's no way we don't get fluffy pillowed. We do see the Erika's for 6. That's pretty problematic. That is a pretty big deal. We get Counter Stadium. Now my opponent has a free retreat. We get Fluffy Pillow, that's fine. I mean, you can generally set up another Incineroar and Custom Catcher KO the Fluffy Pillow person. So I think that's our plan for next turn, right? I actually think that is our plan for next turn, and I do have enough energy in the deck, I believe, so I could just KO it with my GX attack. That might be worth it, honestly. So I think that's our plan this turn. I definitely think that is my plan. And then this last bench spot, like I might just switch. My opponent doesn't have Custom Catchers, which I don't know if he does or not. Okay, so Rare Candy, Custom Catcher. I know I need to go after the Fluffy Pillow person. I know I need to go after the Fluffy Pillow person. And we'll Rare Candy into this guy. Well, maybe it was better to go after the Diancie, honestly. Maybe it was better to go after the Diancie. Only 2 energies. Not the biggest of deals. But I do have this. Oh, actually. Oh, never mind. I do not have Weavile. Oops. I mean, not the biggest of deals, like I said. I'll just Black Lens. No trainers would have been potentially impactful against my opponent. Oh, I did play Reset Stamp. Only one though. I thought I did play Reset Stamp. Okay, so maybe next if I had used my GX attack here, and then next turn I used the Reset Stamp, that would have been game over. Okay, we see the communication. Snorant decides to attach to the Frostlass though, which makes sense, right? That Reset Stamp is going to have to be the best Reset Stamp of my life. And yeah, imagine if I had been able to stop my opponent. Ooh. Did my opponent forget about the stadium? That could be pretty important. Open years. Oh man. I'd been able to GX. Yeah, I think I messed that up. There was no there was no way for me to get both. There was no way for me to get both. Well, I would have sacrificed the custom capture. I feel like getting rid of the fluffy pillow guy was important. What a turn for my opponent. What a turn for my opponent. Wow, and even finds the stadium. Come on. Is he going to risk it though? Will you actually risk retreating into a fluffy pillow? Or does he find stadium and switch? Because if he retreats into the Breloom, I don't mind that too much. Okay, retreats into the Frostlass for the damage. Ah, that stadium though, I can't believe it. What a turn for my opponent. One Weavile away. One Weavile away. So what do we top deck here? A Professor Elms, which gives me either Weavile or another attacker. I mean, it has to be the Weavile, right? Well, it could be the Dene. Might actually be better to Dele change here. I think I'm gonna Dele. Well, I mean, after I fill up my bench, then I won't have another attacker. So maybe if I can buy a couple of turns with... Yeah. Okay. So I'll heal. There's no big difference. And then I'll Reset Stamp my opponent down to one card. And then do I KO with the GX now? Well, that's why I went for the Weavile, right? Do I go for the GX now? Feel like that's okay. And then if my opponent gets energy off of the two cards, then that's the game, right? I'm pretty sure I don't have any more energy. I'll just card charge, yeah. Okay, so I mean this has been definitely closer than I expected it to be. And does my opponent risk promoting this guy? That's another thing. Okay, doesn't risk it. Oof, imagine if Mega Sableye Tyranitar actually took a knockout. Okay, so it comes down to my opponent having Switch or Energy here. Literally comes down to my opponent having Switch or Energy, or me waking up from the Spore. So does it matter? I should just detonate, right? I should just detonate to find Stadium. Because if my opponent, he's not knocking me out with Spore. If he has Energy or Switch, then I lose, no matter what Pokemon is in front. Oh my gosh, I almost messed this up. I actually almost didn't play the Switch. Okay, so we'll see. We shall see. This stops another U-turn board, which is good, right? Which is definitely good. We can Shadow Connection, 1 energy. I mean, all the others don't matter, right? All the others do not matter. There's nothing in my deck that helps me anymore, so it might just come down to the Spore Flip. It might actually just come down to the Spore Flip. Oh boy, here we go. This was much closer than I thought it would be though, for sure. Promotes the fluffy pillow person. Has U-turn board, which does not work. Oh, has the energy. And Cynthia, what? Those are the 3 cards you draw off of Reset Stamp? Those are the 3 cards you actually draw off of Reset Stamp. Nice. Must be nice to run like that. Reset Stamp to 1 too. I mean, yeah. Nothing you can do. I genuinely tried, right? I genuinely tried my best. You saw how the deck works. You saw how, like, the Incineroar gets in a lot of energy, extra energy into play really quickly, so that can be really powerful. In that one turn, if I had GX in that one turn and then Reset Stamped him to 1, that probably would have been game. Yeah, or that would have given me a much better chance. But in that particular turn, he filtered out so many useless cards that I guess it's not unrealistic that my opponent had the U-turn, the energy, or the Cynthia. Yeah, and realistically, any energy would have won him the game. He probably had a couple left. Any switches, which you assume they run 4, also would have won him the game. So my opponent definitely had quite a few outs to winning there. But yeah, guys, that will be all for the video. Sorry that it's just one game, but hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck. List will be in the description as always, for you guys to try out the deck if you want to. And yeah, huge props to Russ for working on this deck along with all the other teammates. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.